What's up, guys? Welcome to Zah King's Music Connection. Today I got Jess-O-Lantern with me. She's like the uncrowned queen of horror punk. Originally from Florida, but now resides and performs out in New York City. She's got a tremendous voice, as featured on tracks like My Ghouls and Lullaby for a Monster. She's amazingly talented. I get to hang out and talk to her a little bit. Here it is. What's going on, Jess-O-Lantern?
Hi. I guess I'm just staying safe and staying spooky at the moment. If you can believe this, I have been playing guitar for 20 years. I never received formal lessons, though. I had a lot of friends when I was younger who played acoustic guitar, and I just kind of watched them and basically just kind of picked it up from watching them. And as far as singing, I've been singing since I was a really, really little kid, and again, never took formal lessons. It's just kind of been a long journey of me getting tips from other people and kind of teaching myself with, what works best for my abilities and to create this style. I can play ukulele and kazoo. Does kazoo count? And toy piano. Not regular piano though. Basically I can play guitar and tiny instruments. Fat Cave Records. I was selected out of a bunch of great bands that had submitted for their Battle of the Bands online demo contest. And we've been working together on my next album. And in the meantime, they've been fantastic about promotion. Anytime I've had an appearance or performance or anything like that, sharing my posts online, just being really supportive of what I've been doing. And I'm just very excited to see what working with Fat Cave will lead to. I wish my origin story was more epic than it is, but sadly it's not. Basically, a long time ago, in the days of yore, I had just discovered this newfangled app called Instagram, and I needed a username. And my boyfriend at the time was creating an Xbox character or something for me, something along those lines. And he said, maybe use the same name for the two things. And, it should be something cute, but also creepy. What about Jess-O-Lantern? And it just kind of stuck. But, the years have passed, and I also discovered more meaningful inspirations for the name. Such as, the concept of, being a light in the dark in a scary world, and, being scary on the outside, but having a bubbly personality. Things like that. Hot breath from the back of your neck. Creatures creeping closer, round of black. Covered in muck and mire, shrouded in shame. They'll run their mouths. I've been trying to stay as active online as possible during quarantine. It's been bittersweet. Seriously. Obviously, this isn't my first choice, but I'm really glad to have live streams as an outlet. But basically, until the rules change, if the rules continue that we can't play live, then the live streams will continue. Show must go on, right? Don't speak my name. I miss everything about playing live. All of it. But I guess if I had to really pinpoint two things specifically, probably the energy and reactions from the audience, for sure. I mean, it is anxiety-inducing to finish a song on a live stream and then silence. And I guess I miss the ability to belt full voice, too. I live in a second-floor apartment, so I also have very thin walls. So my neighbors are probably not happy about the exercise that I've been giving my voice, but I'm really glad that I've been able to do it and that people have been watching. But truly though, nothing can replace live performance. It's why I do what I do. Nothing compares to being in that moment, witnessing a performance that's happening just this once and never again, just for this audience, never the same again. You know, it's theater. It's magical. And while live streams are the closest band-aid that we all have right now, it is by no means a long-term solution. Oh, well, thank you. I think I've got the whole makeup and hair process down to about 45 minutes, depending on how fast I'm hustling. But, you know, or an hour or so if I take my time. Although I think the fastest I've gotten it down to has been 30 minutes in the backseat of a moving vehicle on the way to the show. You make it work. My songwriting process usually looks something like this. Sit down with the guitar and the notepad. Strum until something feels right. Then scribble concepts and lyrics and ideas until something sounds right. And then one of two things happen. Either I get really frustrated and I'm like, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore, this just isn't working, and I drop it for a little while, or, you know, maybe come back to it later. Or when it sticks and it's good, something clicks and I write the whole song in one sitting, demo track it while I'm still sitting there, and then I have to like talk myself off of a cliff of like posting that rough demo everywhere because I just get so excited about sharing things with everyone. It's like one extreme or the other, for sure. Yes, I am working on new things. Batcave Records and I, like I said, we're working on my third album right now. And it's great because, you know, I'm in New York City and Batcave operates out of Los Angeles. And we've been working long distance on this project together to begin with. So for now, but, you know, because of the pandemic, instead of going into a studio to record the vocals, I'm recording out of a DIY wooden wardrobe studio thing that I've created in my office. So, you know, by the end of this, I will have either a great new album or a free trip to Narnia. Whichever comes first. Performing as a solo act versus performing with a band. This has been a constant tug of war. They both have their own set of perks and challenges, right? There have been a few attempts for me to have a backing band, but at least, you know, pre-March 2020, that's what I'm calling it now, I was able to say yes to conventions, to out-of-state shows, to traveling, to like picking up last-minute performances, things like that I would never be able to do if I had to coordinate other people's schedules, you know, and timing and travel and money, all of those factors that go in that really would stifle the ability to do that. Playing solo just gives me that much freedom. And it also, you know, I don't know, it makes things less complicated, although I'm not very strong. So like carrying all this merch and all my gear all the time by myself is kind of a difficult task, but you know, I do miss sometimes the energy of being in those bands because I have been in bands in the past. So who knows? Thank you. I like that cover of Skulls too. I was very thankful to be asked to play and having the chance to be a part of that whole process. And when they asked me to be in the Mr. Monster set, I was just thrilled at the chance to do my part in honoring Jason's memory. I met when I was playing in a band called Skeletal Life, and he joined us on drums for a few shows. And he had asked me to do a cover of one of his songs. He said, like, any song, just pick which one of my songs that you want to do and just give it a shot. And he said, he told me, I want to see how it would sound with a good singer on it. Even though, of course, I immediately said, I was like, hey man, you're awesome, stop. You know, you shouldn't insult yourself like that. But anyway, I did my best, at least I tried, and he was pleased with it, which is great. And then later on, I joined him on stage a couple of times to do covers of science fiction double feature whenever we would play together, which is just so much fun. We did have talks of me possibly doing, you know, like backup vocals or like a duet or something on future projects, but, you know, unfortunately that didn't happen. But he was always super supportive, and he was just a fantastic friend.
Say goodnight.
When I first started playing 20 years ago, I was listening to a lot of AFI and Misfits and, you know, but also a lot of pop punk and like melodic hardcore. So it's a very strange combination of genres, kind of, but it gets even stranger because I also grew up with a lot of musical theater. So I kind of take vocal inspiration, at least, from a wide range as far as like Liza Minnelli to Davey Havok. It's a lot. I'm also a huge fan of the Dresden Dolls and Amanda Palmer. You know, dark cabaret has always been this like fascinatingly haunting genre, and I love it. So I've always tried to blend those three different elements of like horror punk and musical theater, dark cabaret, and just kind of make this weird combination of things for my style of like belting vibrato songs about monsters, basically. I know that in New York City, at least, the things that I want to do are probably going to be the last things that are going to be allowed, you know, for a long time. Live shows, karaoke, oh, things like that. I know that I'm still going to have to be patient for, and I understand. Safety first, you know. But I guess to be realistic, I'd love to be able to just dine in at my favorite restaurants again. I really miss Beetle House and Queen's Comforts and just Coney Island and the Freak Bar and just being able to go to like my old haunts, just the comfort of being in those places again and being able to just be around others. That's the first thing that I want to do. Oh man. Well, my good friend, Nick Catarellis, he has a hand in producing these epic local wrestling events here in Queens. And aside from that, though, I know nothing about wrestling. Like, nothing. So all of my knowledge is based off of what I know from Queens. I guess my top 4 would have to be Nimrod. Yeah, number 2 would probably be Nimrod. Yeah. 3 would have to be Nimrod. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And I guess, you know, I'd have to say number 4, Nimrod.
Again, that's Jess-O-Lantern. You head over to her Bandcamp, pick up some tracks from her, head over to her Instagram, her Facebook, follow her, stay up to date with her release from Batcave Records, support the scene, support artists.
Don't be silly, don't go